G'day guys, MFWest here, and today we have an Unholy DK Heroic Jailer Guide. Now, I think the fight's quite decent for Unholy. On Mythic, I think Unholy's a lot stronger than it is on Heroic. Really long execute phase, and just a good way to deal with the ads. Decent mobility as well to get around those certain mechanics. The pushbacks, we have Disadvance to stop us from being pushed back into holes. So I think it's a decent fight. The main reason why you would take an Unholy DK to Mythic Jailer is the execute. But yeah, today's guide is going to be about, I'm going to run you guys through, do a commentary on the kill that I got. I think at the time I was 269 item level, and I think it was like rank 3 or rank 4 at the time. That probably has pushed back a little bit, but I will still run you guys through. I actually have managed in that time, since this video, managed to get Heroic Jailer weapons, so I'm going to be looking really forward to testing out and seeing how much more damage the effects of the buff do on Heroic compared to normal. Really straightforward, guys. Your talents for this boss are pretty cookie cutter. I would actually take Death's Reach as well instead of Asphyxiate, because you want to be gripping people who are not making it to the boss when they're being MC'd and they're close to the edge. I'll explain that when it happens. Wraithwalk is essential to make it behind pillars for MCs, and everything else is stock standard, okay? One thing to note, I think you guys should really be manually leaping your pets over when the pillars go up, because pet AI on this boss is horrible. Alright, no change in terms of who you're going to be running for your Soulbinder and Conduit, guys. There's no changes, so let's just get straight into the video. Let's go. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention, you do run the Death Coil Legendary, mostly because there's not too much cleaving going on. You're only going to really see 1 or 2 sets of ads towards the end, mostly 1 if it's a clean kill, so yeah, full single target for this boss. Alright, let's go. Okay, here we go. So the boss starts. We're going to be using everything here on the opener. So army, once all your pets are empowered, Apocalypse is out, you're going to be pressing a bomb limb. With this spread out mechanic, just make sure that you're a little bit tucked in behind the people in the front row. The boss has a massive hitbox, so you can stand quite far back. Also, I am running the normal jailer weapon, so you'll try and see me get some uses out of it. I pretty much only get around, I think, 3 uses in total, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, you see me Death's Advance there to avoid the knockback, which is fine. Here, I Death Gate out. Normally, you want to be using the Warlock Gate for the first run out mechanic, and Death's Advance will help you get out of those ones in future. Now, all of the line of sight mechanics, if you cannot AMS this, I have tested it. You cannot AMS, you have to actually get out. And on Heroic, there's this line mechanic which you have to dodge, so more dodging, guys. And that's pretty straightforward. The Paladin lets me proc my Soul Reaper, so cheers, Paligro. And then the bombs go out. So you do kind of want to have a movement ability if in case the bombs go out. So it all comes down to how you use your mobility. So here, it's the next pull-in mechanic. So I'll change the of oppression. I use Death's Advance for that. Now, Death's Advance stops you from being pulled back, and you can literally just walk out. So having Death's Advance there is really safe. Again, moving off the boss here so I can actually, get out of, don't cleave anyone with that. So again, living here is the most important thing. Again, same mechanic. You're going to see like a pretty much straightforward set of mechanics. The soak for the tank mechanic as well knocks back. So always make sure, guys, at every point in this fight, your back is never, ever to a hole. You always have to be away from a hole. Again, I use this advance for the chains, and we're out. So, yeah. And as long as the tanks are moving the jailer up the room, you're always going to have if you get bombed, you're always going to have an opportunity to actually go into one of the holes. Now, this Abomination's Limb is okay. A little bit of a misuse there. I lose like 3 seconds of its uptime. And then on the line of sight, it's okay. But again, we just want to use those cooldowns so that we can have them up towards the end of the fight. So far so good, doing 11k almost on this, and army is almost back up. So now the second army you're going to want to hold for when you press last. Unfortunately, you will not be able to get 3 armies in this fight, especially as it becomes a quicker fight on farm. So I move away there, away from those swirlies. You don't want to get hit by anything on this fight, guys. And yeah, pretty much going to wait for this mechanic. As you can see, I'm not greedy to do boss dam. I'm always stepping out to survive, and that's the most important thing. So here are the MCs. Now, this is where your long grip can come in handy. These MCs are told to stack under the boss, when the debuff goes out. If for some reason they don't, your grip is like a backup mechanic to pull that person back into the boss, and pretty handy to have, you know, a DK. Now that's one of the big knockback mechanics, and if you're in a bad position, press Death's Advance, okay? Press it and live. That's the most important thing. So here, I use Jailer Weapon here, try to Soul Reaper it, I got it, and we're going to do more damage with the weapon. Now, I do believe I might get another use out of that Jailer Weapon there. But yeah. Now, when the MCs go down, I'm always D&Ding and then just spamming Scourging Strike and weaving in some Epidemics. That's all you can do to break them out of that MC state. I Death's Advance that knockback, and we're looking pretty good, guys. We're looking pretty good. I have Abomination's Limb ready, and I have Army here. Now, it's tricky because you don't want to really press those buttons because he's about to phase. So I'm holding it now. Now, this is the awkward thing. If you were to press Abomination's Limb right here now, you'd probably get it back up for the last ad phase. Now, it's tricky. We've only done this fight a couple of times, and the timings are weird. So I think as the fight gets quicker, it's going to have to readjust your CDs and whatnot. But you generally want to have Abomination's Limb for one of the last ad sets, and you'll see that go through now. So I send my my Dark Transformation and Unholy Blight because I know that we can keep going, and we haven't phased him yet. But it is coming up, so I'm holding that Army of the Dead for that phase. And he's about to actually reach execute range just in a second. And again, moving out for damage and just making sure that I live, because living is the most important thing on this fight. I pulled, now that's the situation there. Cripsy was out of range, so I grip him immediately and stun him, and that's going to secure his life. If he was too close to the edge, he just dies, unfortunately. Death Knight's come in pretty clutch here. I get cleaved there on one of the overlaps, and I live. Death Strike that shit back up. Now, this is the phase here. So the boss is 33%. We're going to phase, and we're going to be pressing Lust, Army, everything here. You're going to see me climb the meters because we're in execute range with Lust. So here it comes. Everything going out. I think I might actually forget to pre-pot. Nah, we even pre-pot. So massive, massive, massive damage here, guys. You're going to see me climb the meters so much here. Now, I Abomination's Limb here, which makes sense because you want to tie it in with your Army of the Dead. But we're going to get an ad phase in a sec, and I'm not going to have anything for that. So the chains go out. You want to Death's Advance or Wraith Walk away from people with the chains. Kind of similar to the last boss in the Night Fae Land. Yeah, and miss. But yeah, we're going to be getting ads quite soon, and here they come. No slappy hands for this set, but ideally you want to have a blood DK or slappy hands here because it really, really helps. And you want to be stunning, kicking, and doing everything you can to stop them. So I pet kicked that one there to help out, and just making sure that you're stopping everything that you can to do damage. So make use of your pet kick. And now, because this kill isn't clean, now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people dead. We're actually going to get another ad phase, which is good because guess what? I'm going to have Abomination's Limb for that ad phase. So we're going to do insane amounts of damage, okay? If this was clean, you would not get a second ad phase. So now you kind of can gauge if it's a clean kill, you guys want to get one ad phase. If you don't, it won't be. So yeah, you can kind of gauge like that. I Death's Advance that knockback, and we're going to continue to keep boss uptime. And again, longer the execute phase, the more damage I'm going to do. So spread out for this soak mechanic, and Abomination's Limb is up in 6 seconds. I move all the way out, and boom, ad spawn. So Abomination's Limb here, and we're going to be just spamming Epidemic here and absolutely going to fucking town on these ads, and down goes the boss. So I guarantee it, guys, if it's a clean kill for you, you will not be seeing, there's no shot that you'll be seeing a second ad phase. So there you have it, guys. Make good use of your Death's Advance to help yourself with mechanics. Make sure you have your positioning is good for knockbacks, and just zug the boss. Make use of your execute phase, and just kind of help make sure that you have Abomination's Limb for that lust phase and the ads in general. So that's going to be it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on social media at MFWest WoW on Facebook and Twitter, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Have a good day.